Muscle Shoals to Music Row.
We're back with more Muscle Shoals to Music Row Live. Our songwriters, our singers, our storytellers tonight. Please welcome once again to the stage, Patrick Davis.
Thank you. So I grew up in Camden, South Carolina, population 3,500 folks. And I used to think that was the center of the universe when I was a small child. And then I got to high school and I hated that place. I wanted to burn it to the ground. And so I decided I was going to go a long, long ways away to college. So I went 30 minutes to Columbia, South Carolina. And then I moved to Nashville about 13 years ago. And somewhere in those first few years in Nashville, I realized that I was very, very proud of that little small town. And I think we probably all go through that. And this tune right here is it's called Where I'm From. On a 3-hour flight from Memphis to LA, I was silently celebrating my first class upgrade, laughing at my jeans and my boots, beside those high-dollar shoes and Armani suits. When the gentleman next to me said, you know the drinks up here are free, so if you'd like the first one, it can be on me. He said, I'm headed back from business in New York and Rome. Tell me, son, where do you call home? I said, I'm from the front pew of a wood and white church, a courthouse clock that still don't work, where a man's word means everything, where moms and dads were high school flames who gave their children grandmother's maiden name. Yes, it may not sound like much, but it's where I'm from. So we drank that round and then another. There wasn't a topic in this world we did not cover. He said I headed out west when I was barely 19, just a kid chasing my dreams. And I said I'm flying out here to pick up my big brother. He's been fighting the cancer they discovered. But he called last night and said, I think this is the end, so come take me home to my family and my friends. Well, the quarterback dates the homecoming queen, the trucks are Ford and the tractor's green, and Amazing Grace is what we sing, where the county fair is every fall, and your friends are there no matter when you call. Yes, it may not sound like much, but it's where I'm from. And as we stood to claim the bags we checked, he said, I prayed for you, brother, and did I mention that Italian soups haven't always been my style? See, I was the quarterback on my high school team. We stayed back in '63, and my wife, well, she's still my homecoming queen. 'Cause I'm from the front pew of a wood and white church, a courthouse clock that still don't work, where a man's word means everything, where moms and dads were high school flames who gave their children grandmother's maiden name. Yes, it may not sound like much, I say may not sound like much, but it's where I'm from. Yes, that is where I'm from. I sure love where I am from, 'cause we sing Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. Yes, we sing Amazing Grace, where I come from. So like I just mentioned, I'm a big South Carolina Gamecock fan, okay? Hold on. We're all gonna agree to that the SEC is where it's at. We know that, okay? I'm such a South Carolina Gamecock fan that I actually wrote a song called I'm Just a Big Old Cock, and they play it in the stadium on game days. That's right, people, that's right. Well, there was this one particular football player who played quarterback for a team out of Florida. And I hated this particular quarterback more than any other human being that's ever walked the face of this planet, because he always beat whoever he played, and he won all the time. And after every game, he'd take all the players to the middle of the field, and they'd all kneel down, and I couldn't hear what he was saying. He would lead them in prayer, though, and in my mind, he was saying something like, "Dear sweet baby Jesus, please forgive these lesser people for not being able to compete with me and my chosen one abilities. I apologize that once again I beat them 74-0, but they're just not as golden as I am." And I'm not sure if that's what he said, but in my mind, that's what he said. And so every Saturday, I'd sit in front of the television and hope that maybe a tractor trailer would come out on the field and run him over. It never happened. But luckily, he did graduate, so I thought that maybe I'd be able to let that hatred I'd let it go out into the universe, and I could say goodbye to Satan for a while, but I figured there was no way that this fellow was ever going to play in the NFL, so I was probably free at last. But then the Denver Broncos walked to the podium. First round. I think they must have been drinking for days on end to make this choice, but they said with the 25th pick, the Denver Broncos would like to select from the University of Florida, Mr. Tim Tebow as their quarterback. I thought about it for a second, and at first I was angry, but then Satan grabbed a hold of my bootstraps, and I thought, I can keep on hating. About that same time, I got an email from my publishing company. The three of us get paid to write songs in Nashville. Not much, but we can eat at McDonald's from time to time. And they sent me an email, and it said, ESPN would like to use your song, Where I'm From, in an upcoming special. And I saw how much they were going to pay me, so I just said yes. Didn't think too much more about it. Till about 3 months later, I was sitting on my couch on a Wednesday, watching ESPN. It was about 7:59. SportsCenter was about to be over. They said, up next, the year of the quarterback, the Tim Tebow story. Now, I didn't want to sit there and watch it, but like I said, Satan had me, people. Satan had me. And I was thinking maybe in that hour-long special, Tim Tebow would go down in a fiery plane crash somewhere over the Atlantic. So I thought, hell, I should probably keep watching this. Well, first 15 minutes of that show, nothing bad happened to Tim. In fact, he was just walking down the street minding his own business, and this building was on fire. And the firemen were like, we can't go in there, it's too hot. And Tim said, I'll take care of this. And he ran into that building, And he saved 47 children on one trip. And I was sitting there going, this fella has to go. Next 15 minutes, nothing bad. Nope. Tim Tebow was in a soup kitchen in Oakland. He was feeding wounded veterans. And I just sat there going, this is a horrible human being. 30-minute mark, they shoot to Tim. He's watching television in his house in Florida, and there's a special on CNN that says there's 150 Cubans drowning outside of Key West. They were on one of them 1950 Ford pickup truck rafts they make. And the water was too choppy for anybody to go out and save them, but Tim just stood up and he ran all the way from his house in Florida to Key West. And he got to the water and the lifeguards were like, you can't go out there. And he said, don't worry, I'll walk on water. And he went out there and he saved all them Cubans. And I just sat there steaming. They came back from that last commercial break and I was like, well, maybe this is where he goes down in this plane crash. Maybe. And he was on a plane. He was on a private plane with some of his buddies. They were going to save, actually, orphan babies in Africa. And I thought, what's that song? Because Tim Tebow stood up and he started singing a song at the top of his lungs with his friends. And I was like, I know that song. It's like, hold on one hot damn second. What song is that? So I paused the TV. I got one of those TiVos. Somebody told me I TiVo'd Tebow, and that's exactly what I did. I watched it like 7 or 8 times. I went to timtebow.com, and right there on the website it says his favorite song is Where I'm From. I picked up the phone. I called my mama. I said, Mama, I just figured something out. Something that's taken me my whole life to understand. She said, what, boy? What? I said, Tim Tebow is my favorite football player of all time. So this goes out to Tim Tebow. I know he's just on the SEC network right now, but God bless you, Tim. Your day will come. I'm from the front pew of a wooden white church, a courthouse clock that still don't work, where a man's word means everything, where moms and dads were high school flames who gave their children grandmother's maiden name. Yes, it may not sound like much. Yeah, I said it may not sound like much, but it's where I'm from. Thank you. God bless you, Tim Tebow.
Wow. Patrick Davis, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with more music after this on Muscle Shoals to Music Row Live. You stick around.
That's fine.